Hello my friends and welcome back to our lessons from englishlime. So in today's lesson, again, we will talk about modal verbs, and specifically we will talk about the modal verb should. So it has positive form, should, and negative form, shouldn't. Let me write it for you. Positive and negative. So, let me write first of all the examples, and then you'll understand when we use this modal verb. So the first example sentence for positive form is you should drink water every day. You should drink water every day. All right, so here you have the subject, you, right? Then you have modal verb should and the main verb drink. You should drink water every day. And the example sentence number 2, for example, it's rainy. You should take your umbrella. It is rainy. You should take your umbrella. Again, so you have the sentence with should right here, subject, should, modal verb, and the main verb take. So do you feel from the examples that I give advice? You should drink water. You should take your umbrella. So it's advice. So when we talk about advice, when we want to give advice, we usually use modal verb should, right? So I'll write the word advice. Now let's talk about the negative form of the verb should. We make it like that, should plus not, and we say shouldn't, right? So the first example sentence. You are ill. You shouldn't drink cold water. You shouldn't drink cold water. Right? So the sentence with should is here. You have the subject. Again, you, negative form of the verb, modal verb, should, all right? And we have the main verb, drink. You shouldn't drink. It's advice about things that you shouldn't do. Don't do it. Don't drink cold water. You are ill, right? And the example sentence number 2. Again, it's kind of a similar example. It is rainy. You shouldn't go out. Let me write it here. You shouldn't go out, right? Again, subject, negative form, modal verb should, and main verb go. You shouldn't go out. It's raining. Can't you see that? Here, it's raining. You should take your umbrella. It's raining. You shouldn't go out. You see, completely different advice, right? One is positive, one is negative. The same rule. After modal verbs, we don't use anything. Modal verb, main verb. Modal verb, main verb. Super easy, right? Now let's talk about interrogative sentences. What is it, interrogative sentences? It means when you want to make a question. Interrogative sentences. Question, right? So usually, according to the rule, we have to move the modal verb in front, right? And we have here, should you drink water every day? Should you drink water every day? Right? Here, the subject, you can change it into I. So you ask for yourself, should I drink water every day? Should I drink water every day? For example, you ask your doctor, doctor, should I drink water every day? And he says, yeah, of course, you should drink water every day, right? So it depends. If you ask about yourself, you say I. If you ask from another person, you say you, right? Very, very helpful modal verb should to make advice sentences, right? Now, my friends, again, as usual, we will play a game, kind of a game. I will write sentences, then you will write sentences. So I'm going to write 2 example sentences where I give advice to you, all right? So I will clean it. So, advice number 1. My friends, you should say every English sentence loudly. You should say every English sentence loudly. All right? So I give advice to you, right? You should say every English sentence loudly with a voice, not like loudly. You should say, I should go, you should go. Pronounce it with your voice, all right? The advice number 2, you shouldn't be shy when you speak English, all right? So this is number 1. Advice number 2. You shouldn't be shy. Okay, let me write it like in a simple way. You shouldn't be shy to speak English. Right? You shouldn't be shy to speak English. Don't be shy, please. So, as you can see from these sentences, we have positive form of the verb should, advise, which is positive, and we have shouldn't, right? The advice is negative. You should do something, you shouldn't do something. It's not like you shouldn't do, it's kind of a soft advice, like friendly advice, right? You shouldn't be shy. Please, don't be shy. All right? Now it's your turn to give advice to someone. Maybe to me, maybe to your friend. So just 2 example sentences. Give advice to someone. So you start with you. Thank you. Now we will write the next sentences. I will give advice to myself. So instead of you, I will use the subject I. Alright? So let me clean the sentences. So advice to yourself. Like that. For example, let me think, what kind of advice I can give to myself? All right. For example, I should drink water because I'm thirsty. I want to drink, right? The first advice, like that. I should drink some water because I am thirsty. So here you say I because you talk about yourself. I should drink water because I am. This is verb to be, am, is, are, right? We don't have modal verb here. And thirsty, it's the adjective when you say when you want to drink, right? So advice number 2. I should call my parents because I miss them, right? Let me write it down. I should. You can make it negative. I shouldn't do something, right? I should call my parents because I miss them. Again, you have the subject I, modal verb, and the main verb call. And here, normal sentence, subject and the main verb miss. To miss somebody, it means you want to see them, right? Very much. You love them, so you want to see them. All right, look at the board, look at my sentences. I should drink some water. I should call my parents. Now, my friends, it's your turn to make at least 2 example sentences giving advice to yourself. So instead of you will use the pronoun I. All right? So look at the board once again. Again, the main rule in our education is you make a sentence, you say it. Don't read, you say. Feel like you speak in a real life. All right? Make real sentences about yourself, about your friends and anyone. So, thank you very much for being with me today. I hope you like this lesson. I think it's very easy, right? And please take care of yourselves. And I hope to see you in our next lesson. Bye!